I should have done this earlier. Fuck. Never mind. Takes fucking eternity. You've loaded to 100%, but you're not. There we go. Thank you. Right, well, to the one and only person here, can you hear me? Am I okay? The volume alright? I know you can't hear anything on the game. Beautiful. Yes, I did see you tap the like, so I could see. Perfect. Hello. Shame this PlayStation is just as fast as my driving. So, what we will do is we'll give it another couple of minutes before we properly start. I don't see any blue flags being waved or flashed, so it means that this server was actually done correctly. Thank God. There's a bit... No, don't turn. Thank you. Righty-ho. So whilst people are still filing in, having the bite of their ham and cheese sandwich or their cheese sandwich whilst in the office, let's go through the grid. So we got Pasty in first position, we got Auto in second, we've got myself, Gunmad in third. Again, like last tier 4 comms last week, I'm not going to say "and here I come" or what a move I made. I'm going to refer to myself as Gunmad, as any other driver. We have then got Yuri in 4th, we got Davi in 5th, we got Cherry in 6th, we got O'Leary in 7th, we got Moo in 8th, we got Swavi in 9th. I'm still yet to learn how to pronounce this name, I'm so sorry my guy, but we got an Audi R8 reserve driver who's now turned full time into 10th. We then got JMS, who's probably going to be talking to some of his clients and panicking now, in 11th. We then got Brian's in 12th. We got Jin. Jin has been drinking too much again, clearly, in all the way down in 13th. We then got Amy in 14th, and we got Dr. ST in 15th. Sorry, 2 seconds before we get going. I'm just going to give people another minute. Right, so I'd say, well, how long has it been? Yeah, it's been long enough. It's been long enough. Right, let's get going. So we got 3, 4, 5 red lights. Flashing lights in the background from JMS. No one jumps to start, and away we go. As we got a couple of good starts. Gunman gets a fucking lightning start as he goes around the outside of Pasty. Pasty just doesn't seem to go anywhere, does Gunman. But Gunman and Auto go round side by side together. Gunman seems to get the drive coming out of turn 1. With Auto in second, Pasty dropping down to third, ALR into fifth, Cherry into sixth, JMS in seventh. What has happened to Yuri? Moo in eighth, the Audi R8 in ninth, Amy in 10th, making a fantastic start. And Davey dropped a couple of positions, but still changing further back here. Go away. Snapchat. I don't care at the moment, as we got Dr. Esty making up good ground as he's been shown the off the course. He's been shoved off the course by somebody, I don't know who. Jin's lost a spot. Ryan's has stayed the same. Davey's dropped a couple. Swavy's made up loads. Amy has made up loads as well, as I've probably missed my teammate. There he is. So Yuri is now trying to have a look around the outside of Pasty. Does he make it work around the long right-hander? No, he doesn't. He's not quite able to hold the speed. Pasty getting the exit he's looking for. As we fit further back, we got ALR and JMS, the two Ferraris versing each other at the moment. JMS slots in behind. As we got the Audi R8 driver driving a little bit wide, is Amy going to try and capitalise as we go up the hill towards these two quick left-handers. No, a few people have touched the wall. As further in the background, Swavy's having a look at Davies, not going to make anything work. Amy's still in 10th, and everybody has survived. But further back, Dr. Esty has made up a couple of spots. Jin's now lost out. Oh no, nobody has survived. What's happened to Brian's? That'll do. That'll do it. So Brian's in the McLaren, stacks it all by himself. Has got damage to his rear bumper and rear right tyres. We go back up further forward. We've got Gunmad in the lead, trying to build his lead. We got Pasty and Auto battling it out for second. Yuri's not far behind. Any mistake from these drivers and there is going to be a car very much with them. Justin James, yes, hello buddy. I can see you shut down your phone for a minute as we got Pasty trying to go around the outside of Auto going into the bus stop. Auto outbrakes Pasty, keeps the position, but that Lamborghini's certainly all over the back of that Renault. As further back we got Yuri. Yuri's now picking up paces. We got Cherry with a 2.5 second time penalty. From where? Huh? There, that's it. That's harsh. That is not quite as harsh as what happened in Tier 5 a couple of weeks ago, but that's on a different story and level. So ALR's pulled a bit of a gap from JMS. The two teammates are going to try and make their way up into the top 5 if possible. Looking further back, and we have got Davey. We got Davey with a 2-second penalty. Swavy with a 1.5 second penalty. So Amy's now going to have a lot of free air in a moment, providing she doesn't get taken out. That's a good start as Swavy goes up the inside. Absolute fantastic move. Amy loses out 2 positions, but it doesn't matter because the penalties come in. So Jin's made up some spots. So is Dr. Esty. Swavy and Davey are dropped out. Rise is still way down at the back, so let's jump back forward again. Afternoon, how are we? Jin taking a slightly tighter line than Amy. I think Amy's going to gain a little bit of time here at the moment. We got the Audi R8 driver in the pink VWT in 9th position, making up a few spots, chasing low. Let's have a little look. We've got Yuri with the fastest lap of a 1:45.7 at the moment. Let's jump forward. Let's see if anyone's sniffing the back of an exhaust pipe. I think JMS might be having a little sniff at his teammate, but look at the two Ferraris. They've just dropped right back. Okay, JMS is playing the team game. He's being very sensible, not overtaking his teammate into the bus stop pass. He's now lost out third to Yuri. Yuri's very much on the back of Auto. Auto's very much on the back of Gumad as well. Gumad's still in the lead of this race as we're 3 laps in. All seems very, very clean, tidy and clean at the moment up front. As we've got a little battle potentially at the moment. I think Yuri's just dropped off the back of Auto just a little bit. Let's stick with these two drivers at the moment. Let's see, was Pasty close enough for a move? Not this corner and not this time. Let's just stay with these guys for another couple of corners before we have a look through the rest of the grid and see if there is a battle going on. The two Ferraris in the background still dropping off from the back of the top 4 at the moment. That was Auto having a moment. So Auto trying to chase down Gumad. What's he do? Oh, he just kisses the grass on entry. So here comes Yuri. Yuri's now going to try and take advantage of this. Yuri goes straight up the inside, goes almost all the way over to the pit wall, comes back over and makes the move stick as Pasty tries to have a look as well. Pasty and Auto side by side, going through turn 1, coming up the hill to 2. Auto tries to sweep around the outside, now has the inside of turn 3 as we go round the right hander of turn 4. Now Pasty's slotted in behind. Although Pasty's not done yet, Pasty's still going to have a look. He's going to try and have a look down into the bus stop. No, he's going to slot in behind. So we got Gumad first, Yuri in second, so we've got an AMG 1-2 in the sprint race again. And then we've got Auto in third, Pasty in fourth. It looks like he's struggling a little bit. We then got the two Ferraris in 5th and 6th. Running well together. Still dropping off the back of the front pack just a little. Just behind JMS, we got Cherry, the other Lamborghini. His teammate's in 4th. He's going to try and catch up a little to try and help out. He's got two Ferraris to deal with first. Further back, we've got Moo in 8th position. Yeah, I believe the only American driver in this tier as well, as he kisses the grass on the exit. As we got Amy with a 3-second penalty. Where? Okay, so Amy's had a 1.5 second time penalty from somewhere in the previous lap. How does Amy get another? That's how. Yep, that did it. So Amy's got a 3-second time penalty. So, whoa, hello. What's going on over here? So we got Dr. SD versus Davey. As we're coming down the hill, we got Davey up the inside, sends it up the inside on the brakes. Good braking, but keeps it tight. Dr. Estes going to try and look for a slightly wider and faster line. It's going to initially feels like it's going to suck. Amy's penalty's now been served, but here comes the speed. Here comes speed from the Corvette. Can we make it side by side? We do. Dr. Estes outbrakes himself a little bit, and there goes through Davey. So Davey keeps 9th, Dr. Estes keeps 10th, Swavi in 11th, Amy all the way down to 12th. What's happened? Cherry. What's happened to Cherry? Oh no! Cherry stacks it on his own, hitting the grass as he tries to rejoin. He reverses out the way, stays out the way, so he's gone really far down the grid. He's lost nearly 6 or 7 positions now. Nearly at the back of the grid as we got the Audi R8 driver who was doing so well up in the points at one point, up into the top 10 at one point, now all the way down to 15th. Brian's starting to make up ground. Jin's decided to put a bit more tonic in it and make it a little bit more diluted, and is now figuring out how to drive the Ford GT around its home track in America. Amy's now going to start trying to catch up with these two. So we got a Toyota Supra versus a Chevrolet Corvette. Davey just up ahead has got a 1.5 second penalty. Swabby uses that Supra's long leg, sweeps in front of Dr. SD before the bus stop to take ninth position. Like we just said, Davey with a 1.5 second penalty up ahead. Let's look a bit further forward. Yeah, a lot of them are. I think a lot of them are the chicane. A lot of the penalties, sorry. But the thing is, if you have a penalty in the chicane on the current lap you're on, you serve it by now. So I don't know. Oh, hang on. Whoa, right. So O'Leary. That'll be why Pasty's dropped right off the back. Pasty got his penalty. So O'Leary is now going to come up right behind Pasty. He's going to have the momentum to overtake Pasty. Does JMS. JMS is a little far back on this lap. Pasty sticks it around the outside, keeps the speed, keeps ahead, but both Ferraris are now going to try and work together to overtake their Italian counterpart, the Lamborghini. So we've got a 3-car battle for fourth, and further up ahead, Otto's dropped off a little bit off the back of Yuri. Yuri sticking, but keeping a nice distance to his teammate Gunmad up ahead, who's still in the lead for this race. Let's stick with the battle back here. Who said oil? And every American joins the stream. So I just saw these two go a little wide. Did they keep it on the curb? Yes, they did. So Pasty defends the inside straight away. O'Leary's sticking out on the outside. Pasty's now made his one move to come back across. No move made into the chicane this lap. Pasty looked like he took that really wide and went in too hot. O'Leary and JMS now right on the back of each other, also on the back of Pasty. Pasty defends the inside as we go downhill around the long left-hander. Careful, JMS, you might take out your teammate unless that was a team order pass. Now JMS's turn to overtake Pasty. Both Ferrari drivers got the same amount of tyre, and Pasty's got a little bit more tyre wear. So Larry dropping back off just a little bit, give himself a little bit of clean air. Not dirty yet, Pasty's still a bit squiggly coming out of that corner. JMS is playing it smart. Look at his throttle inputs. He's sticking close enough behind Pasty, but not too close. Oh, he just clobbers the wall. That's not going to do him any good. He's also not set in slipstream, so the overtake manoeuvre that I thought was going to come up is now not coming. O'Leary's right on the back of JMS. These two look like they're working really well together, so hopefully going down this straight they might be able to bump draft each other and get back underneath Pasty. Let's just jump forward a second whilst we got a little bit of a break. Gumad and Yuri are together, but Yuri's now got a 1.5 second penalty. Is Gumad going to let him past just to allow Yuri to stretch the legs just in those positions? Great team crap car, yeah. I've never really gotten on with the 458. I've tried to drive it and I just found that it's too rear happy on the brakes. So Auto's trying to close this gap up to Yuri within 2 seconds. It's very much within that 2 second gap. So Auto goes past Yuri. Can Yuri over the next couple of laps get back past Auto? Let's jump back. Pasty still holds 4th, JMS still holds 5th, and O'Leary still in 6th. Davy's now up into 8th, moves now up to 7th, Swavy's up to 9th, Dr. Esti's up to 10th with a nearly dead soft. Wow, I'm impressed. Look at the tyre difference between Dr. Esti and Amy. I'm impressed. It's 2 times tyre wear around this track. The tyre, yes, there's a lot of right-hand turns. There's a lot of load on the left-hand tyres, but surely not that much. So here comes Amy. Amy having a higher cornering speed. Coming around the final corner, but Dr. Esti uses that extra horsepower to his advantage. Can Amy stick it up the inside? Amy does. So Amy sticks it up the inside, sits in the middle of the road. Can Esti fight back? Esti taking them all the racing line, right up in the exhaust pipe of Amy in that Renault as we come around turn 4, the long right-hander as Amy defends the inside. Can Dr. Esti get past? Can Dr. Esti use the Corvette's straight line speed? Kind of. There's room was given. Respect between both drivers was very much there. Amy gave Dr. Esti the room. Very late move from Dr. Esti going into the chicane. Jin's now here as well, and so is Cherry. So this battle for the top 10 is definitely critical as we're going on to 1.5 laps left of this race. Amy now holds 10th. Dr. Esti's trying to have another look up the inside. Is he going to be late enough on the brakes? He is, but he runs it wide. Through goes Jin. Jin getting a slight smell of oil in that American car, but can't quite make the run work as Dr. Esti goes for the lunge. Stays in 11th at the moment as we're going nearly 3 wide, as we are 3 wide, going around the left-hander. Dr. Esti loses out 11th to Jin, who's swooped her around the outside. Amy saying, "Thank you very much, boys, for fighting. I'm going to disappear." So Jin now ahead. Dr. Esti in 12th. Cherry still in 13th, trying to find a way through, and Dr. Esti's tyres are done. And there goes through Cherry with a lot more corner speed. Dr. Esti, unless these 3 drivers have a colossal crash, that's it for Esti. So going forward, rounding off the top 10 on this final lap, we got Amy currently in 10th, Swaggy with a half-second penalty, not going to make any difference. In 9th, we've got Moo in 8th, we've got Davey in 7th, O'Leary in 6th, Pasty in 5th. When was this done? A little bit ago. Let's go back and watch. So JMS right on the exhaust pipes. I'll read that in a minute, James. That's what happened. So Pasty just touched the grass on the entry for the final corner. JMS goes straight on through. So we got O'Leary in 6th, Pasty in 5th, JMS in 4th. Finally, one of the Ferraris have managed to get past the Lamborghini, but that was close. That was nearly contact as we go through turn 1. Can O'Leary get past Pasty for 5th position? We'll have to keep an eye out on that. Yuri's gotten past Auto. That's another move that we missed. I say I. So Yuri's caught right up to the back of Auto. How does Auto take the corner? He takes it a little bit wider. Yuri carries a little bit more speed, as you can hear me juddering. I say me, you can hear Gunmad juddering up ahead. So clearly I'm downloading way too much AMG exhaust pipes. But Yuri makes the move stick through the S's. Can he hold the position going up to the bus stop for the final time in the sprint session? Yes, he does. So Gunmad still holds first. We got Yuri back up into 2nd position. We got Auto down to 3rd. We got JMS in 4th. We got Pasty 5th. O'Leary's too far back this time on this lap. I'm just going to quickly scroll through the field, see if we can find any sort of battle. I don't think we're going to find a battle at the moment. Actually, no. hush my mouth and call me Susie. Here comes Cherry. Cherry's not gonna have a look at Jin. Is Jin gonna try? Oh, careful, Jin. You don't want to be driving people off. Jin saying no to the cherry flavoured gin and tonic for this evening. So, Jin still holds on to 11th. Cherry's still in 12th. Cherry might try and line it up, but we're going to jump forward as for the second time in a row, Glen comes around the final corner to take victory in the sprint race here at Watkins Glen. So Glen takes victory in the sprint. Yuri's in second, so it's a second AMG 1-2 with Auto on nearly a dead front left in third, JMS in fourth, Pasty in fifth, O'Leary in sixth, Davey in seventh, Moo in eighth. On the mediums, I just want to point out something. Moo was on the mediums. It just took me 9 laps to realise that. Why? The other Supras on the mediums as well. So we got Swavi in 9th, we got Amy in 10th, we got Jin in 11th, we got Cherry in 12th, we got Brian's in 13th after having made a big mistake on lap 1. We got Dr. Esty in 14th on a dead front left. And then we got the Audi R8 driver coming around the final corner for the final time on the medium tyres as well. So, there's the sprint. There we have it. Right, now I can read chat. Actually, no, let me start. Feature race. There we go. Dr. Amy sips a cherry G&T, God's sake. And now we play the waiting game. Yeah. So who's our last survivor then? Who's the only one staying in the stream? Yep, there's the answer. Red Bonnet was not an approved decision by this one. Fair enough. What would be a good approved decision is if my PS can actually download things. So how we doing? So, I'll tell you what, this PlayStation is driving probably just as quick as Pyro's drive to a Drivers' Championship. Incredibly slowly. Hooray! And now we wait for the second loading screen. Here we are. Right, so strategy. Now the strategy here, the pit lane is it's extremely long. Yeah, it's a long pit lane. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to try and abbreviate it because I can't think of anything off the top of my head. The strategy, I think the fastest strategy was the medium, or it is the medium. It's a 23 lap race. So you can do either 12 laps on the mediums then 11, or 11 and 12 either way, or you could do 10-13 if you wanted to use a harder compound tyre and potentially fuel save a little. Really depends on the car, depends on the driver, and yeah. I'm expecting pretty much everybody here to be on the medium tyre. Some would go hard. I can't remember the strategy that I did. I honestly can't remember because it was way too long ago. So we got Amy in first, Swavi in second, Moo in third on the hard compound tyre. I hush my mouth and I take that back very quickly. We got Davey in fourth on the hard. We got O'Leary in fifth on the medium, Pasty in sixth on the medium, JMS in seventh on the medium, Auto in eighth on the medium, Yuri in ninth on the medium, Gummad in 10th on the hards. Potentially looking at going a little further into this race. Probably the same story with Moo and Davy. Anyway, coming back, we then got Jin in 11th on the mediums. We then got Cherry in 12th on the mediums, Brian's in 13th, Dr. Esty in 14th, and Gonelli? Gonelli, I think. If it's right, I might just say Gonelli. I know I'm probably fucking that up really, but screw it. I can't be asked to say pink R8 anymore. So we then got the Gonelli in 15th, rounding off the grid on the medium. So let's follow Amy around. Now, unlike in Suzuka last week where someone had a real big jump start, there is no jump starts here. There is no glitchiness of GT7 to help anybody out. As Swagger gets an absolute lightning start, so does Moo. Moo kind of does. He's still there. He just slides into turn one, pretty much off the course as well. David's straight there, going straight up the inside through turn two. Moo's got a 1.5 second penalty already. So, Davey up to third, Moo down to fourth. Everyone else is pretty much holding their position. Well, I say holding their position, not that they have much choice as we go through the bus stop for the first time. And we got who's that? We got O'Leary going up the inside of Moo, trying to go up the inside of Moo. Not going to work this time as everyone's jostling around for position. Pasty dives up the inside on O'Leary. O'Leary takes a really wide line as we now go nearly 3 wide. We are 3 wide. We are 3. I'm going to jump back and watch that from Auto's point of view. So Auto capitalising on everybody here. Brakes nice and sensibly. Pasty goes up the inside. JMS goes up the inside of O'Leary. Auto goes up the inside on both Ferraris. JMS gets sort of hung out to dry in the middle. O'Leary still holds on to 6th for now, but here comes JMS back up the inside of Auto. Moo loses out to 5th. Pasty's now up to 4th. O'Leary's still there. Yuri's now overtaken Auto as Moo drops all the way back and nearly collects the rest of the pack further back. I want to watch that from Gutman's point of view. So Gutman having a little bit of a loose rear end. Here comes Jin and yeah, Moo nearly collects both Gutman and Jin. We are very lucky that there wasn't a collision there. As we got Yuri has gone past Auto, and Auto's trying to have another look up the inside. Yuri's not quite shut the door. Auto's up the inside of Yuri. We now got Cherry in 10th. We got Cherry in 10th. So Cherry's managed to capitalise on Jin's missed position. Yuri's now gone through Auto's going to try and do the switchback. Gummad's there. Gummad's still there, and so is Cherry. To ghost or not to ghost? Don't know. I kind of find the ghost helpful, but at the same time I quite like the not ghost because you have to be sensible on the rejoins. Yuri's got a 1.5 second penalty. So Yuri must have gone a little bit wide coming out of turn 1, as he now finds himself with a 1.5 second time penalty. That is big. So the driver who got second position in the sprint race has got himself a 1.5 second penalty. JMS and O'Leary are having a battle. I think O'Leary just let JMS straight through. Yuri's now trying to have a battle with O'Leary as Yuri tries to go around the outside, can't quite stick it against O'Leary. Let's stick with this group for just a moment. I'm going to jump on board with Auto. So off pulls Yuri, so Yuri's now going to use the right hand side of the track to speed back up. Shut up, Discord. So we got Gummad up to 8th position, battling and defending off Cherry. Cherry's on the mediums, Gummad is on the harder compound tyre. You can tell because of the way he's squiggling around, as Brian has a little squiggle as well. Dr. Estes up to 11th, Yuri's up to 12th, Moo's dropped right the way back, so is Jin and Granelli. Granelli is right on the back of Moo. Can Granelli get past Moo as we come down the start finish straight? Granelli's gone all the way to the inside wall. Does he come across at all? Not really. So Moo tries to go around the outside. What happened there? They're both about the same on the brakes. So, Moo's going to get a penalty for that, and he decides to try and perform Tokyo drifting at an American circuit. Going through turn 1, and Jin has a moment as well and nearly swipes Moo off the road. So it's getting a little argy-bargy at the back. I'm surprised Moo didn't get a penalty. Going back forward. Yuri having a look. Trying to get past Dr. Estes. Dr. Estes trying to have a look at getting past Brian's trying to have a look at getting past Cherry, and Gummad at the front of them all starting to gently pull away. He's trying to gently break the turn, to break the gap as Brian goes up the inside of Cherry. Makes the move stick by giving Cherry just a little tap. So, Cherry's now dropped down to 10th. Dr. Estes, is he going to try and capitalise? Let's jump on board with Yuri's, so we get a good view from Yuri's perspective. So Dr. Estes and Cherry side by side. That Corvette's got a lot more straight line speed compared to the Lamborghini. Dr. Estes defends and tries to attack up the inside. Okay. Again. So Yuri tucked deep in the slipstream of Dr. Estes and eventually Cherry. So Cherry comes across. It's just avoiding action, and unfortunately hit the grass. Well, I say no damage done, only ego damage was done. So Yuri down in 15th, got a lot of work to do in 20 laps. As we go further up ahead, Jin and the Audi R8 driver still at it, still trying to have a battle. As further up ahead we got Cherry. Oh, is that... Whoa! How did you do that? So Brian's is trying to chase down Gummad, gone really wide there. Luckily lifted off, and he just kisses the grass on entry. Can't quite get the car to turn. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Oof. Sorry, I know I shouldn't really be watching these fully played through, but I want to watch the rejoins to make sure that everyone's rejoining nicely. So this promotes Dr. Estes up to 9th, Cherry up to 10th. Gonelli up to 11th, Jin up to 12th, Mu up to 13th, and Yuri up to 14th. So let's just jump forward, because we've spent a lot of time near the back. Let's jump forward. As Auto has made up a couple of spots and some ground. He's now up to 5th position. Amy's down to 4th. So Amy's not having a fantastic race at the moment. So JMS and O'Leary are going to try and stay with Auto and try and hook up underneath him, try and push it forward and try and gain a couple of extra spots. Let's jump forward again, and everyone's starting to spread out. So Swavy's in 1st, Pasty's in 2nd, Davies in 3rd, and then got Amy and Auto. Is team orders going to come into play? No, not from the looks of that driving line. So Amy's and Auto are going to try and work together to defend from the 458s. There will be 1 because JMS has just got himself a 1.5 second time penalty. So now it's going to be up to O'Leary. Is JMS going to let O'Leary straight past? Don't know, but from the looks of things... Oh, did Amy just lift? Yeah, so Amy's coming off throttle just a little bit, but I think it's too much because here comes JMS. So Amy's tried to just let Auto through and not let JMS through, as that's not going to help. That's not going to help at all, Amy. So Amy's just accidentally knocked Auto off. And Leary's now come straight through, and Leary's now side by side with Auto. Auto takes the inside. Leary's now... Leary and JMS have both been saying that 458 struggles a lot with top end, so Auto's going to give his teammate a slipstream boost. Can O'Leary get up the inside? Here comes Gunmad. Gunmad's now joined this battle as well. Let's jump on board and watch from Gunmad's perspective. So smartly staying back just a little bit, letting these two fight, just in case there's a little crash or spin. Now Gunmad's got the momentum. Can Gunmad make anything out of this next corner? Amy tries to squeeze him out. Gunmad switches over to the inside. Can Gunmad go up the inside of Amy? He can, and he gives JMS just a little bit of a nudge. And respectfully does let O'Leary straight back past. So, because of that, Gunmad's now down to nice. Cherry's now gone straight through. So Gunmad's now back in the thick of it. Let's jump back forward. O'Leary's still there. He's gone wide. That's not going to help you at all, O'Leary. So now he drives up the in. Now he's still going down the inside. He's got a 1 second penalty. Gunmad's gone round the outside of him on the final corner. He's made that one work this time with no contact. There goes Dr. Esty as well. Does Dr. Esty manage to get past O'Leary late on the brakes? He does. So O'Leary's now down to 10th. So Gunmad back up to 8th position. Nothing's really changed apart from now he's got Cherry in front of him. Amy's now in 6th. We've got a bit of gap. JMS is in 5th. Trying to now start chase down Auto in 4th. We're going to stay back here because this is where the battle is. So we'll jump back a couple of seconds. We'll watch as we go through the S's. So Dr. Esty tries to go straight up the inside. Gunmad sticks to the racing line, sticks with 8th position at the moment, and does a reasonably good job at the moment of defending. So still holding up Dr. Esty on those medium tyres. O'Leary's still there. So Gunmad's he's nearly outbroked himself. What happened there? Did Gunmad outbrake himself? Yeah, so Gunmad just slightly outbroke himself a little bit. Okay. So Gomad held his line around the outside. I think Dr. SD just wasn't really expecting what happened to O'Leary and all that. Oh, O'Leary just couldn't keep control of the rear end of that car, so that's why he's just dropped a couple of spots. Yuri's now starting to catch up to the back of this group. We have lost somebody. I haven't twigged her. I think it's Brian's. I think we might have lost Brian's. So Granelli's now chasing down Jin. Can Jin defend 10th position? Gomad still up ahead, keeping Dr. SD at bay at the moment as we go a bit further forward. As we got Amy versus Cherry. Cherry's now caught up to the back of Amy. At the moment, keeps Cherry at bay, gives the space. As we look back at the rest of the pack, we got Jin very much being chased down by two very angry cars. One is German and one is Japanese. Can Jin defend 10th position going into turn 1? He can. There's no move made. Is there a setup? Kind of. There is kind of a setup going on. I think Gunmad's just broken the... No, he's not. So, Dr. Esty still in the tow for Gunmad. Dr. Esty... Jin is very much in the tow of Dr. Esty, and so are the other two cars. Gunmad has broken the tow just a little bit of that Corvette in front. Moo makes a move on... Moo makes a move. Moo. I get it. Does make a move on Granelli for the inside. Doesn't make that work. They've now just lost a buttload of time to Jin, who's now going to try and capitalize as Amy loses out to Cherry. Gumad fighting with Amy as goes up in the inside of Amy. Amy's now got a 2-second penalty. Dr. Esty's got a 1-second penalty. So all Gumad's got to do is just defend a position. This position, he does so as someone in the background had a little bit of a sideways motion. So Dr. Esty loses out to Jin. So Dr. Esty loses out 3 spots. Amy's now behind him. Jesus Christ, there's a lot going on back here. As the ALR driver goes up the inside of Moo looks for the switchback, gets the switchback done. Granelli outbreaks himself just a little bit. This is going to allow Dr. Esty straight up the back of that Audi R8. While all this is going on, Moo's breaking away, and Jin to attack Jin, and Gunmad's now breaking away from the whole of this group to now start chasing down Cherry. Let's stick with the Audi R8 on this occasion, as the Audi R8 is all over the back of that Supra. Now the Audi R8 needs to be smart here. That Supra is quick down a straight. That Audi R8, if he sticks in the slipstream the whole straight, he can get himself a nice big, there we go, nice big tow. Interesting line taken through the start of the bus stop, as it's starting to get a little bit dark overhead. I've never known it to rain at this circuit, but there's a first for everything as Moo now tries to go around the outside of Jin. Doesn't make it work this time. Granelli takes more of a proper racing line. Now he's right up the backside of Moo, as Moo leaves him absolutely zero space, which he's entitled to do because Granelli's not alongside yet. Wasn't alongside at that current point in time. So the battle for 8th is vast, that's for certain, and Yuri is just starting to catch up to the back of this group as well. Sorry, I'm not really reading the comments at the moment because of just everything that's going on. So Granelli has dropped right into the back of Dr. Esty's grass. Dr. Esty has a look up the inside, doesn't make it work this lap. This is now going to allow Amy to bunch right up to the get right up to the back, as who comes in the pits? Jin comes into the pits. So Jin's looking for the early undercut to try and get ahead of the rest of this pack and try and get some cleaner and potentially start catching the driver ahead. Dr. Esty still defends his Grin. Oh no, what's happened to Grinelli? So as we come down the start-finish line to start lap 9, as we break for turn 1, as we turn in, does he just lose it? He does. He just gives it way too much gas on the apex of the corner. That's his race done. Now this promotes Yuri up to 12th. Excuse me, O'Leary up to 11th, Amy up to 10th, and Dr. Esty up to 9th. I'm just looking at these tyres. A lot of the medium runners' tyres are now starting to drop off, which is probably why Jin... What did Jin go on to? Jin went on to another set of mediums. Is he going to try and make them go a really long way? Can't have done because he's not fueled up for enough, so he's probably Jin's probably trying the 2-stop. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Pasty's still going. Pasty's still in the lead at the moment. There's been a lead change. Swavy now has dropped. No, there's been a lead change for a little bit, so apologies. So, Swavy now into the class early. Navi on the hards, Swavy on the mediums. I think we're at the crossover now between those hard tyres and the mediums. Auto's still there in 4th position, slowly starting to catch up. And Cherry's in 5th with JMS in 6th. Gumad on his own in 7th position with some really healthy tyres at the moment actually. Moo in 8th on the hards behind him, again similar but slightly a little bit worse off. We then got Dr. Esty in 9th on a nearly dead set of front left mediums on lap 9 as Amy's all over the back of him. Does Dr. Esty pit? No, but O'Leary does. O'Leary's as Amy comes drifting around the last corners, O'Leary is going to respond to Jin pitting. This promotes Yuri up to 11th. As Amy has a look up the inside on the brakes into turn 1. Does Amy make it stick? She does. So Amy makes this one stick, but Dr. Esty's not done yet as we go round turn 2. The steady sweeping right-hander into the left of 3. Dr. Esty using that Corvette straight line speed to his advantage as we go round the long right-hander of 4. Does Amy have a look? Amy's closing, not close enough. So Dr. Esty stays ahead going through the bus stop, but his front left is not looking good. I think Amy can tell because Amy just seems to throw it straight up the inside around the really long right-hander after the bus stop, but Dr. Esty's still not done. Late on the brakes around the long left-hander, and Dr. Esty takes 9th position back again. Amy tries around the outside, can't make it work around the outside. Oh no, she can. She can make it work. She can make it work, and she's made it work. So Amy's made it work around the outside, trying to stay on her line. Can Dr. Esty throw it up the inside? He can, and that's there's a bit of contact there as Yuri's going to capitalise and take the pair of them. So Yuri now up to 9th, Dr. Esty up to 10th after giving Amy a little bit of a push. So I wouldn't be too happy if I was in Amy's spot. Now, I do not remember if that was reported to the stewards, and being honest, it's so far back I can't be asked to look. Does. So, Dr. Esty comes in. So does JMS. JMS is rear left, oh my god. So, Yuri up to 8th position on lap 11. His tyres are okay. I'm expecting a lot of the medium runners to now be coming in, as Moo is now starting to close up onto the back of Gunmad. As we go further forward, we got Cherry all on his own, so we got Auto still on the back with these guys, with these three, but these three, there has been a position change. Let's go back. So Swavy's, oh, okay. Right, so what happens to Pasty? Because there was quite a gap. Does he just lose it? He does, so Pasty just loses it because he's got no rear grip at the moment. Okay. I think that might have been a little bit of a push pass, but at the same time, Pasty cannot... Wrong way around now. Pasty cannot keep the rear of that car together in one piece, so Pasty potentially making a race-winning error and not pitting. Yeah, that's definitely a race-winning error, as Pasty cannot keep the back of that car in check at all. So Auto's up to third, having started 8th. Here comes Cherry, his teammate, and Cherry's tyres are a lot better. Is there going to be a position swap? Yes, Pasty's going to let his teammate straight past. No position made. Yeah, check. Pasty cannot keep the rear of that car in one piece at all. The next car down the road is Gunmad. Starting to pull away a little bit from Moo. Just keep an eye on Pasty. Sorry, I just want to make sure Pasty gets around okay and see if anything else happens. Does Pasty keep it in the white lines? I think he just about keeps it in the white lines. Cherry's in, Pasty's in. Gunmad goes through. So does Moo. Yuri's in, so the AMG's on different strategies. Amy comes in as well. So I just want to check. So the front 3 have stayed out. So has Moo, so has Gunmad. Jin also stays out. Jin is trying to do the undercut, so let's see where this places Jin. He came in a similar position to what he's in now. May I just say, my good sir, can you deliver us a good performance? He can. So Jin's just giving himself 4 spots due to the undercut. Oh, that's a 3-second penalty. I saw that. So Cherry's just touched the white line. The yellow line on exit. Pasty's now back up and running. And Leary's coming through. He's on 9th. He's managed to undercut his teammate, who's now on the hard tyre. Yuri's gone back onto the mediums. So Yuri's doing the one-stop medium. Dr. Essy's come back out as well. Ganelli's got a 1.5 second penalty, and Amy brings up the rear with the mediums. As we come around for the end of lap 12 to do the front 3 come in. Suave comes in, Auto comes in. Davies, however, is on the hard tyres, so he's going to go on for another lap at least. So Gunmad comes in. So Gunmad's going to come in. This is going to release Moo. Now, where does Gunmad come out in relation to the rest of the grid? So Cherry, having served his 3-second penalty, is now almost in the clutches of O'Leary. Almost into the clutches. As we go a little bit further back, JMS has got himself a 1-second penalty. Yuri's right behind him. Where does Gunmad? So Gunmad's coming out of the pits now. Does he get out ahead of Pasty or behind Pasty? It's definitely going to be behind Pasty. It's going to be behind... Where does Gunmad come out? Comes out right behind O'Leary and ahead of JMS. So, in actual fact, he comes out ahead of his teammate as well with about a second or so's advantage. So the 2 AMGs back together again with some work to be done, but Gunmad touches the yellow line on entry or exit, so Gunmad's got himself a 3-second penalty, which is not going to be what he wants to see. That's going to push him right to pretty much into JMS's clutch. No, he's going to... No, so basically, Gunmad and Yuri are going to swap positions. Right, does Davy. Right, so Davy comes in. Does Moo come? Well, Moo's probably got to come in as well because his fuel light's flashing red. He's probably got enough for another lap. But does he come in? No, he stays out. So Moo stays out. is going to go out and do another lap. So he's had a lap, free, clean air, no one in front of him. What was his lap time? 48.8. Auto come around the last corner for the final time. Swavy not too far behind him, so Auto's managed to jump Swavy in the pits. Can Auto get in front of Davy with an undercut? No. Davy's going to be a little bit too far ahead at the moment, but Auto's got the momentum advantage, whereas Davy's still building up. So Davy's now at 140, Auto's now at 150. Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 mile an hour advantage to Auto. No move this time into the bus stop, so there's going to be a battle for second very much in play. I'm just going to go have a quick look through the rest of the grid, make sure there's nothing else interesting going on. We've got Dr. SD versus JMS, so we've got a really quick car down the straight of Dr. SD versus a really slow car down the straight of JMS. I don't think there's any real competition, not really, as down the inside goes Dr. SD in that Corvette, but JMS comes back. JMS comes back up the inside on the long right-hander after the bus stop as we go side by side down the hill around to the left. Dr. SD has the inside line of JMS. Does he keep the position this time? He does. JMS can't fight that one back this time. So Dr. SD up to 11th. Gomad in 10th. Yuri in 9th and O'Leary in 8th. Just backing off a little bit. Finally, Moo comes in. So Moo comes in with only 9 laps to go. He's done a long stint on that hard tyre. Right, now I've got 30 seconds. I'm going to read the chat just very, very briefly. What goes through my head with penalties? What goes through my head, and I can quote it, is fuck. Can Yuri get ahead of Moo and can Gunmad get ahead of Moo as well? Yes is the answer. So Yuri and Gunmad managed to get out ahead of Moo. So Moo's not really gained much from stopping later. If anything, I think he might have lost out a little bit more time. Gunmad putting in an absolute stonking lap. So is Yuri compared to... They've gained about 2 or 3 seconds over Moo. So the undercut for Yuri has worked on Moo, as well as for Gunmad coming in a lap or 2 earlier ahead of Moo has worked very much in their favour. But Moo does have fresher tyres. So let's watch O'Leary for just a moment. The Renault has 7 gears. Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that had 7 gears at all. Right, let's jump back forward. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to jump back forward because I missed something. Okay, it was a little while ago. So Auto is now our new race leader with Davy in second. We got Davy and Swavy. That's a mouthful. Davy in second, Swavy's in third. So Swavy's not quite been able to switch on those mediums. Davy's staying out a little bit longer has put him in a good position. He's in second position at the moment, trying to chase down Auto, whose tyres are very much older than Davy's, but not by much. Auto set in a purple sector in sector 3. Definitely pushing on. Very much pushing with that Renault. What sort of lap time can we expect? A 45.6. Not far off the territory for soft tyres, really. As Swavy goes in the background really wide, does he get a penalty? Sorry, I just saw that in the background shot. Yes, he does. So Swavy's very much now out of contention for the top 3. Jin's still going in 4th position, but he's got to come in. And he has a 1.5 second time penalty for going wide. Who has... Pasty's got a half-second penalty. The penalty system around this track is very meh. I don't think Jin's going to lose out to Pasty. I don't really think Cherry's going to gain much from this either. Oh, as Pasty just kisses that grass, you don't want to go out that wide. Excuse me. So Jin doing the two-stop. Is he going to make it work? Well, I don't think he does. I don't think the two-stop around this track works. The pit lane's just too long. Further back, we got O'Leary, and Yuri's catching up, and so is Gunmad. Gunmad's very much sticking with his teammate. And O'Leary is now the AMG's next target, and O'Leary's tyres are looking a lot worse for wear compared to the two AMGs. But I want to look back forward again. As Pasty goes through, Pasty gets past Jin, but Cherry's right behind. Does Cherry have a look up the inside? No, not this time. As we go up around the left-hander, Jin takes a bit too much inside curb, gets on the grass. Cherry has got the advantage at the moment. A lot fresher rubber as Jin does come in. Yeah, Jin comes in, so Cherry can't quite take the normal racing line as he nearly goes into the side door of Jin. So here comes O'Leary. And here comes Yuri as well, so no, get off the pit lane. I do not want to be in the pit lane at all. So Yuri, does he have a look up the inside of turn 1? He does. So Yuri goes up the inside of O'Leary. O'Leary leaves some space. Jin leaves some space as well. So Yuri up the inside and up to 6 through turn 2. Here comes Gunmad. Can Gunmad capitalise on this situation? I know my internet quality is currently not sufficient. Broadcaster. Okay, shut up. Gunmad has a lurk, doesn't quite make it work this time, so he's going to just see if he can make it work on the Leary next couple of corners. Yuri goes a little bit wider. Yuri goes very wide, as a matter of fact. Does he get a penalty, or does he get away with that? And Leary trying to have a look up the inside of Yuri. It's become plummeting down the hill. Got Gunmad behind him. We got Moo just behind that, so do not count Moo out either. As Yuri goes really wide around this right-hander, but gains the speed back. Gunmad's got a much better exit than O'Leary, who went for a much... Gunmad tries to go around the outside of O'Leary. Uses all the track and a little bit more, and does get the job around the outside done, but here comes O'Leary. Tries to stick it around the outside, can't make it work this time. So Gunmad's gotten past O'Leary. Moo's now trying to get past O'Leary as well. So O'Leary kind of being hung out to dry here by a lot of these higher top speed cars. As O'Leary still can't get the XCs after. There we go. That's why his tyres are shot. He just outbrakes himself, can't get the car turned, so O'Leary's race in the points is pretty much over, and to rub more salt into the wound, there's a 1 second penalty. His teammate JMS, on the other hand, has got a lot better tyres. He's now starting to chase down Dr. Esty as we go forward. The two AMGs are together, but what's this? What happened here? Right, so Yuri has managed to get himself a 1.5 second time penalty. I think it's coming out at the end of turn 1. But he's lifting. He's going to allow Gunmad straight through into the bus stop. Gunmad on a slightly tighter line. He makes it work though, so Yuri playing the team game, letting Gunmad straight through with no penalty. Moo's got a penalty, so he's going to try and defend him back off Moo a little bit, I think. Behind that, O'Leary's got a 1 second penalty as well. So Moo knows he's only got one more corner before Yuri's basically out the way, and it's a free attack again. Does Yuri hold him up as much as he can? He does. So Yuri sits right in the racing line, comes across right at the last moment, and through goes Moo. Now Moo's free to go and chase down Gunmad now, but Yuri's still there. Well, he's only 1.5 seconds back, but as that's not going to help you, Moo. Does Moo get away with that? No, he doesn't. Moo's got a 1.5 second time penalty as well, so whatever advantage he just gained, he's lost the very next corner. So Gunmad's holding 6th position pretty comfortably at the moment. Going further forward, we've got Cherry. And we've got Pasty further forward than that. Both of them two starting to struggle on their tyres a little bit. As we've got 4 laps left of this race. Swabby's sort of in his own little no man's land. As we got Auto down to 2nd, we got Davy up to 3rd. Now that's something we did miss. So the Nissan GTR driver is up into 1st position, with Auto following suit, and Swabby coming around in 3rd position. The 2 Lamborghinis holding 4th and 5th, with Gunmad in 6th coming through the bus stop, followed closely by Moo, still trying to gain a little bit of time and try and catch Gunmad up. I can't see it happening this lap. Excuse me. We got Yuri in 8th. Chasing down those two, we got Dr. Esty and JMS in 9th and 10th. And them two are still at it, still battling. So JMS trying everything he can to try and get past Dr. Esty, but Dr. Esty's car is just too quick down the straight for him to really do anything about it. Can JMS make anything into these next couple of corners? I don't think he can. I think he's too far back. Let's have a watch. Let's stick with this group for another couple of seconds. As going forward, Yuri's managed to get past Moo through the penalty zone. So Moo now down to 8th, Yuri up to 7th. So JMS has just come in saying, pulling back in the corners, pulling away in the straights. What he means is that Ferrari reels in its prey in the corners of braking zones and then the acceleration, but as soon as you get to a straight line longer than 200 metres, goodbye. So Dr. Esty will hold on to 9th position for the moment, even though JMS is in the slipstream. I doubt a move is going to be made this lap. As Granelli in 11th comes through on his own. O'Leary's in 12th, having just gotten past Amy, but O'Leary's in softs. Oh, Amy, what have you done there? I saw that was a little kiss of the wall. And behind that is Jin on the 2-stop strategy, which quite frankly hasn't worked at all. So going back forward, JMS is still trying to chase down Dr. Esty. I think JMS's chances literally lay in the fact that Dr. Esty's tyres would probably die. It's 3 laps to go. I'm just looking at that front left tyre. It's not looking healthy. So going back further forward, Moo has managed to get himself past Yuri. So Moo and Yuri are having a good battle, and Gunmad's just taken off. Gunmad's now starting to reel in Cherry just a little. I don't think it's going to be enough because there's only about 2 laps to go. 2 or 3 laps to go until we're at the end of the race. However, past these tyres are not looking good. Further up ahead, we got Swabby in 3rd, Otto in 2nd, and Davy extending his lead. What's happened to Amy? That's what's happened to Amy. Amy's decided to have a drifting lesson. And here comes Jin. So is Jin going to try and make the 2-stop work and not come into last place? He's made it work. As Amy's clobbered into the wall on the 3rd to last corner. Amy's tyres have just dropped. I don't think there's much more Amy can do in this time around. Going back forward, O'Leary's now going to try and start getting on the back of Granelli. Going forward again, Dr. ST has managed to pull a little bit of a gap out to JMS. So I don't think JMS is going to get lucky enough and get a 9th position finish at Watkins. I think he might have to settle for 10th. But we'll see over the next couple of laps as Yuri's got himself a 3-second time penalty. From where? There. I mean, he's got the space, he's got the time. Back to Dr. Esty. There, you can see the trajectory. There. That's where the penalty came from. I think this is quite harsh because... Let me get to the corner. Here at turn 1, you can go, or you can have 2 tyres over here. Providing 2 tyres sit on this curb, you're fine. You do not get a time penalty. Which is why you see a lot of drivers using this curve at the exit turn 1 into turn 2. I find this quite unfair. I'm not speaking because Yuri's my teammate. No, this has happened to several drivers in this tier and a couple of drivers in tier 5 as well. There's another driver in tier 5 that span, went over the white line there and got a 2.5 second penalty even though he span out here. So the penalties on this track are a little bit, and there's one there as well. The penalties on this track are a little bit bullshit, BS, sorry, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. It's a nice track, it's a fun track, but... Going back through the rest of the grids... There's not really any battles anywhere at the moment. I think the closest battle is going to be these two, well, until Yuri got his penalty. Closest battle is probably going to be these two. Let me have a little look through the rest of the grid. Amy's got 1.5 second penalty. That's going to make her day even worse. Dropping right off the back of Jint now. So Moo's now got himself a nice comfortable gap to start trying to reel in gun mad and see if he can get himself up into 6th position. With the way his tyres are looking, they're sort of looking slightly better than Gunmad's actually. Let's keep watching. Who's that? No, it's these two. Let's stay with these two. Let's stay with these two for a little bit. Yuri? Why has Yuri come in? Oh, he's going for fastest lap, isn't he? That's a mistake. No offence, mate, but that's a mistake. You should have stayed where you were. You're an 8th. You've now just... Okay. Where's he to come out? He comes out ahead of Jin. Or does he? He comes up behind Jin eventually, so eventually Jin gets through. Yuri's on the soft compounded tyre, so he wants the open track. He needs to get past Jin basically as soon as possible. He needs to get past Jin as fast as possible. There we go, that's it. So Yuri's soft compound tyre is no match for Jin on the very much used medium, so Jin's now going to have to try and just stick with him as much as he can. I don't think that's possible. Going back further forward, we've got O'Leary versus Granelli for 10th position. As Granelli's on the soft tyres as well, he's made them last well, as Granelli tries to stay up the inside of O'Leary, but O'Leary on a soft compounded tyre versus the used hards is... We all know how that tail is going to end. Going back further forward, JMS is all over the back of Dr. Esty. Dr. Esty's tyres are now starting to show their age. JMS has got a much better drive coming out of the final corner as we go onto the final lap for the last time. as I'm just going to quickly... No move made into someone. No move made into it. I will watch Dr. Esty over the finish line. I also want to, because I can, I want to have commentators... I won't say commentators bias, but I want to use my commentator thing for a second. Because Pasty's having the same trouble as he did earlier, as he's now got no rear tyre and it's the last lap. Here comes his teammate. Is he going to try and get out the way for his teammate? We'll keep an eye on that, but what we'll do is we'll give Davy the spotlight for a couple more corners, as it's been a very interesting race. Auto has had a fantastic race as Davy's just showing off now, coming drifting out the third to last corner as we go around the left for the last time. As Auto's using all the tyres and a little bit more, you can hear them screaming in protest, but Davy comes around the last corner for the final time. No hitting the wall, so Davy comes around to win here at Watkins Glen in the feature. Auto has a fantastic race, finishes in second. Swabby comes around the final corner for the last time and takes third position. Pasty, what's going to happen to Pasty? Because as he drops it going into the last corner, it hits the wall. Cherry comes through and through comes Gunmad. Gunmad manages to squeeze. I'm going to go back and watch that again. So Pasty's spending so much time trying to keep this car on the grid. It's just dropped on him in the last corner. He smacked the wall, tried to squeeze out Gunmad, but Gunmad's gone and gone straight through. Balls to the walls, committed as so. Cherry takes fourth. Gunmad squeezes out fifth position. Pasty's in sixth after losing out for his tyres. Moves in seventh. Dr. Esty, what happens to you? Because I've just been told, we'll keep an eye out. You just... Oh, it's gonna be tight. Oh, okay, I know why now. So JMS gets the run of a lifetime, but the thing is that the Corvette is just so quick over the line. He misses out by about a tenth of a second. So we got JMS, Dr. Esty in 8th, JMS in 9th, O'Leary in 10th, Granelli in 11th. We got Jin into the wall for 12th. We got Jin into the wall for 12th. We got Yuri in the wall for 12th. Jin in 13th, and around the final corner for the last time. Not quite spinning out on the line, but very close to it. I'll give you that. For the final time is Amy in 14th. So there we have it. Yeah, I bet it was so annoying, but the thing is, I feel Pasty's pain. I bet Pasty's just as annoyed, because as you just saw, I managed to squeeze past full on balls to the wall, past Pasty for 5th position. So there we have it. Watkins Glen, all sorted. So whilst a few you guys are here, I do have the rest of today off as well as tomorrow. The plan is I might try and do... Where's the calendar? There it is. I might try and do Sardinia today as well. But you guys are now caught up with my tier 5, which is lovely. So it means I'm going to basically be doing one tier 4 and one tier 5 video, basically, hopefully every week. But yeah, take care guys, keep an eye out on the channel and on Discord for when I next stream, and yeah, hopefully all goes well.